Woo! Hey, Charmaine, I see you were able to register. And I think I got it all. So I'm pretty much in all of my groups. There's one other place I wanted to go. I couldn't get on. Wait a minute. That's funny. Yeah, one other place I wanted to stream to my YouTube, but I couldn't do it. So I'll try that next time. So, hey, Tavana, I see you were able to either register or you already were registered. So, hey, Glenda, you ladies are rolling. I love it. I can sit up here. Look, check this out. I like that. I can sit up here and say, hey. That is so cool. Okay, so I'm glad you ladies were able to join me. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Jackie. I'm loving it. Hey, Kendra. I saw your message, but I couldn't respond to it in time because I was setting this up. So we will be like streaming live here from the Posh Studio. Y'all know my office is still in shambles, so I had to move it over on this side. So yeah, I just wanted to come in, and it looks like if all's well, I can actually add this to my schedule of Posh Late Night Biz weekly. I kind of already mapped out my next 4 weeks of content. Hey, Miranda. Hey, Delia. All you ladies are rolling. You want to know what I think what it is? Y'all know I'm new to this StreamYard thing. I think what it is that when you go live in the group, you won't see your people because it's like private. So that's why I went ahead and stream from my business page, because I want to know who I'm talking to. Hey, Cindy, Monique. Yeah, I want to know who I'm talking to. So I'm glad all you guys are kind of in here. If you know somebody that could probably benefit from this video, we clearly going to be talking about draping tonight. Share the video. Y'all know I'm trying to expand my reach. So I know a lot of you guys got event planner friends, event designer friends that want to learn draping that may not know how to do it the right way. This is a great way for them to start, get connected to one of the right platforms, right? Hey, Del. So I wanted to tonight, I'm just going to share with you guys. First, we definitely going to roll with Q&A. I have a lot of new people to my platform that I'm not yet familiar with. So I'll definitely want to get acquainted with those guys. Hey, Nikita. Hey, Javelin. Y'all is showing the love tonight. And I really want to, again, this is one of the things I love is answering those pressing questions that you guys have as it surrounds pipe and drape. One thing I'm really noticing right now, call it blame it on the downtime, whatever it is. People got a lot of time on their hands. One thing I want to say is a lot of you guys are really taking the bull by the horn and really, really trying to craft your business to be positioned better when we back out there and in the ring, right? So I definitely want to give a kudos to you guys that is doing that, taking advantage of not only all the free content, all of the free courses, also the paid ones, right? You're really taking this time to invest in your business and understand that really what's at hand, what's at stake. And it's going to be if you thought it was a hard playing field before, you better really get yourselves ready, because it's going to be even worse. It's going to be, the competition is going to be even tighter now. And I know some of us kind of don't focus on competition, in which I get the strategy, but bottom line is several other people doing what you do. And if you are not up on your game, and if you are not really enhancing what you already know or what you don't know, learning that, then you're not going to succeed in not even this industry, in any industry, because they all to some degree are kind of cutthroat, right? Unfortunately, but it's true. If you agree, put a 1 in the comments for your girl. So I just wanted to say thank you for you guys, all of you guys that's new to the platform, that's new to the Posh Academy, that's recently either you followed me on YouTube or you're joining the group on Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A lot of you guys just kind of found me on Google. Kudos to Google. The girl SEO game is getting better, okay? So thank you, Mocha, Nikita. So yeah, so this is like the time. And, some people kind of catching it late. You're getting everything is just kind of happening now. Like all the excitement, people are in the rush to get back out in the streets. I don't know why. I'm not in the rush to die. I'm okay. I'm okay in here. Okay. I am not in a rush to go to nobody's barbershop, nobody's hair salon, nobody's nail salon, no basketball court, no nothing, none of that. I'm okay right here in the Posh Academy headquarters, okay? So I just want you guys to take advantage of this virtual, if you haven't been set up virtually before, this is like pushing you in that, on that platform, right? And take advantage of it, because you see, I'm over here struggling. I thought I was tech savvy. Like, I'm not really tech savvy, but I thought I was tech okay, right? The latest additions that I've been changing, like my platform and just changing how I do things, it's a learning curve. So some of you guys got like 5 emails a day. I apologize, but hey, it's a learning curve, right? And that's really what it's all about. Take this time now, so when you get back out there and you're in the ring, you're prepared, especially if you wasn't prepared before. I'm glad that I did have other streams that was able to, sustain me. And those of you that don't, this is like the perfect time to incorporate that. We are like almost finished my 30-day course, 4 weeks to freedom, and where those guys did their course and all that good stuff, like that's almost done. And so many people asked about it. We ready to run it again, right? So we're ready to run it again because so many people now, they're seeing the benefits of digital courses, right? So for tonight, I really want to talk to you guys about draping though. So I wanted to tell you guys 5 reasons, and it's more than 5, but I'm going to tell you guys 5 reasons why, honestly, if you don't change something or what you've been doing, especially if you the guys that have been complaining that you can't get paid, premium prices, that you're not attracting those kind of clients, or you're attracting people that want $1,000 backdrop, but they got a $200 budget. It's a reason behind it. It really is. So if that isn't changing in your business model, guess what? It's going to be even worse, right? They're just going to look right past you. You want to know why? Because people are really doing things to level up. And if your business is not in position to really be on the forefront and get noticed, then you're not going to get noticed. So the 5 reasons that when this thing over, COVID-19 is over, your backdrops won't sell. One of them is because you are purchasing, or you haven't purchased, the right equipment. And now I'm saying that this being talked about a whole lot, right? And because maybe y'all been playing around with them little flimsy photography stands. Hey, I get it, because guess what? I had one too. I did. But it didn't take me long to realize that what I was going after wasn't going to get me there. It was not going to get me there, baby. So if any of you either have now or you have had one of those flimsy photography stands, give me a 2 in the comments. I just want to make sure I am not by myself. And I want to make sure that those that still have that they realize that we all have been there sometime, right? We all have been there sometime. The whole thing with the photography stands, and some people get away with it amazingly, right? But normally they kind of know their lane. They kind of okay with the treat table and just going to 8 feet. They kind of know that that's what they want to do. And they okay with that. And that's completely fine, right? But if you guys, I'm talking to those that want to really make money or add this additional stream to their business, the draping, because draping is very lucrative, okay? I just want to say that. It's very lucrative. If you want to add that to the services that you already have, there's no sense in half-assing it, right? It's no sense. If you really want to make money behind it, and not only do that, but stand out in this oversaturated market. For one, you have to have quality products. You shouldn't even want to, it should be something in you that won't feel right trying to charge $600, $700, $800 and trying to pull that off with a photography stand. And it don't match up. And I know if I hired somebody, now my little mouth almighty tail, I know if I hired someone, thank you ladies, it's nice to know that if we won by ourselves, and they pull up with a photography stand, and I didn't pay $700, $600 for a backdrop, it's gonna be a problem, right? Because that is not what I'm expecting, right? Then 9 times out of 10, if that's the kind of work that you're developing or that you're designing, you're not even gonna attract those people that's willing to pay that amount. Period. You definitely do. Tavana said it best. You have to spend money to make money. You do. And it should be something in you when you realize you're really building a brand. You're building a reputation, right? You're building credibility. And you don't want to be known. Somebody laughed when I said this yesterday, as bargain basement Betty, right? You're trying to just skimp on everything. You don't think people know that? They don't think people can sniff you out? Trust me, they can't. I don't care. And I'm pretty much a MacGyver. If anybody know me, I am MacGyver. I can make some things happen with a couple zip ties and some pipe cleaners and some duct tape. I can. I know a lot of you guys can too. But I wouldn't even feel right. I told some of you guys the other day when we was on the call, what happened, like how I was just so paranoid that I thought my design was going to fall apart because why? I was taking shortcuts but I didn't know no better. I didn't know any better. But the fear I had leaving that event, I didn't care what it would cost for me to not feel that way again. And that is when I took everything serious. I bought the latest equipment. I enrolled in the best. I did it all, right? Because I could not afford, for one, to taint my reputation as bargain basement Betty, right? Because then, who is she barking at? Because then she is so rude. Because then bargain basement Betty attracts bargain basement clients, right? And I knew that was not what I was aiming for. So come on through with the MacGyver, Tavana. You know, we do some things, right? You know, we do some things, but let that be an emergency. I'm not showing up with tools like I'm really, like I'm really going into the fifth ward. That's not going. No, I like showing up professional, right? You want to really. People pay for what it's perceived value. It's perceived value. So that is why that's why I really spent the last few months really partnering with companies that I knew that could deliver you guys products that I would stand behind, because I am real particular. But you guys know I go a step further beyond that. I'm a people person, right? So if your customer service is janky, I can't put my name on that. I cannot endorse that. I can't sponsor that, because guess what? If I experience that and I'm representing 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 of you guys, what are you guys going to experience? So that was why and it took a little, I had to iron out some kinks, but I am so comfortable with who I'm with now. I haven't had any issues. Those I know that had products haven't had any issues, and they're not killing your pockets, right? So to be able to buy a double layer kit, right, that has 2 crossbars for only $160 was like unheard of. Normally when I say it, people think I'm talking about some little hunky-dory. I say, no, this is professional kit heavy duty, right? Yeah, like Batman. She said like Batman. Right. So like number one is definitely have equipment that's professional, right? You do not want to show up with a bunch of sticks and poles and it's just crazy. I don't know how I felt, but I just knew I couldn't feel that way again. And that was when I stopped. I said, no, under no circumstances will I ever go to another event with a photography stand. I got like 6 of them in my garage. I swear to you not, I do. I normally use them now for my lights. I use them for light stands now. And that's just something you don't want to do. You don't want to taint your brand that way, right? So those that do not have equipment, pipe and drape, like heavy duty, you don't have to. A lot of you guys are scared, thinking it's super duper duper expensive. The only thing biggest thing that's not a sale deal, yeah, that's the price, boo. That is the price, okay? The only thing I know, so that's why I keep trying to yell it to the rooftops, and everybody keep talking about these other comparable companies, and totally I get it, because their reputation is bombdiggity.com, but it's a little expensive. So y'all know your girl cheap. I'm not gonna lie. I am not going to lie, but I like quality. Right? I don't believe that you have to pay an arm and a leg for quality. No, you don't. So you got to kind of sniff those things out. So when you're looking for your backdrop, so you're looking for your equipment, I love you guys that ask questions in the groups. Ask, because I would hate, that's a big product. So if you don't like it, and some companies don't even let you send it back, and you stuck with it, then what are you doing? A month later, you back in the group complaining. Oh, I got this flimsy. The pieces don't match, and I just be sitting there like, didn't we tell you? Didn't we tell you? So one thing I definitely want to tell you guys to kind of stay away from anyone that's kind of looking to achieve any kind of draping that you may see me do, you may see any of my students do, even other draping instructors, anything that they do, like you want to stay away from fixed units. Like they are not, the fixed units are for these vinyl backdrops, right? Or even if you're doing something simple for like a treat table, okay, cool, you can get away. But the minute you want to go to the next level, you're not going to want that, right? You're going to want to achieve something, because nobody's really paying premium money for no 8-foot backdrop. Like, that's not even a standard ceiling size. You want your backdrops at least to reach the ceiling. That is how you get that premium feel, right? That's when it just like make it look grand. So stay away from those. For one, they hard to transport, right? They hard. Even if you get the break apart, still I get it. But by the time you get there, by the time you settle, it's just like, for real, just spend a couple more dollars. It's only like about 50, and get you something that not only is going to be durable, right? It's going to be safe. It's going to be easy to transport, right? That is why I was so adamant about finding like the kits that I found and piece them together. Those designer kits and starter kits, your girl pieced them together, right? So whoever branded them and like other companies, just know I started at the Porsche Academy. Okay. And because I knew exactly what a lot of you guys needed. I knew what you struggle with. You struggle with transporting them. A lot of you guys, even if you get, a lot of you have the 7 to 12 and the 8 to 14 because you wanted that desired height, and I totally get it. But now that they have those, they go all the way down to 6 feet. They have 6 to 14, 6 to 10. Like, who don't like designing at eye level? I know I do. I haven't stepped on a ladder or, I don't know how long. And that's like, y'all some of you guys seen the videos I put on YouTube and stuff. I do that for a reason, because some of you guys just don't know. And I know you don't know because you're in the groups asking like every day. And a lot of you guys are posting those same old backdrops that's 7 feet, 8 feet tall. And I'm like, wow, that's massive, right? I don't know, when you get kind of spoiled messing with a 6-foot unit, it's like, wow, how did I ever design on that thing? Like, every time I designed, I had to use a ladder or I had to use a step stool, right? Something like that. Yeah. So guys, I'm just talking about stuff. I said I wasn't gonna be plugging nothing tonight, right? But for the kits, I definitely recommend, I put it in the comments. I recommend anybody that's, struggling with not knowing what to find or what to get. I definitely recommend you guys to get them, because like I said, they cost effective. The quality is amazing, and you're not killing your pockets, right? You're not killing your pockets. So when you get back in this ring, right, I expect you guys, my members are definitely the ones that's draping to that magnitude or want to at least have a professional pipe kit. You can wait for the fabric and all that, because I know it's like kid in candy store, I know. But primary thing is at least a professional kit. Now, fabric, we're going to get into that next, but you can get away. We can use tablecloths. We can use all kinds of stuff when it comes to fabric. But when it comes to a commercial pipe and drape professional kit, I do not suggest anyone to skip on that. And I don't suggest some of you guys to go to the other companies where, it's a little less expensive, but you're locked into that company because their pieces only match their own pieces, right? One thing I can say about our pieces, they intertwine with any company that offers standard commercial 2-inch pipe kits. They all interconnect. So if you go with reputable companies, like I don't company drop names, but their pieces mix and match. So let's just say you have a unit, right? And you have those 8 to 14s, those massive uprights, right? You still can use all of your other pieces. You could use your base plates. You can use your crossbars. You can use your hangers. I just would suggest you get 2 shorter uprights just for convenience. Only if you want to be convenient, right? You don't have to really go and get an entire kit. The uprights, I think, even a lot of companies nowadays, they start at like $65 a piece. So sometimes when you already have some equipment and you just need some additional pieces, don't get the whole kit. Just get the pieces you need. But moving forward, I want you guys to be equipped with professional equipment. It's something that's convenient, that you can easily transport. You can easily throw it in a car, right? Not those 8-foots, you can't throw them in a car. What, you riding around in a limousine? I mean, I get it. Those that had the trucks and the trailers, I get it. But I could never fit those in my car. I was stuck with having to drive my truck, right? So just convenience is to be able to have convenience at that affordable price. Get you guys some professional equipment, right? Mocha got her kit. Hey, Ashley. Yeah, so even tablecloths, like y'all know, I told you guys, MacGyver all the way. It's so many when you're dealing with fabric, it's so many different, different blends and different things you can use until you're able to invest in some fabric. And now, depending on the kind of fabric you want, fabric really isn't expensive if you do it how we tell y'all to do it. Y'all want to jump out there and get this panel, then yeah, you're going to spend some money because you're buying the convenience of it already being done. If you just go and get the bolts, and that's number two. That's number two. The reason why your backdrops aren't standing out really is because your choice of fabric. The thing with fabric is we are creatives, right? So it's really not a right and wrong thing. What it is a preference. And nobody can't tell you, don't put that on it. I could say it don't look right, but I can't tell you not to put that on there, right? So with fabric, a lot of you guys, sometimes when y'all just thinking about panels, like buying panels, you guys will jump on buying stuff that's really not suitable for event draping, right? It's normally suitable for corporate or education, like schools. What they have going on now, like the COVID, when they're doing the little tents and stuff like that, it's not suitable for event draping. And I'm talking about the banjo. I know it's inexpensive, but maybe don't put that banjo on your backdrop. Don't do it unless you're clearly trying to drape off something. But as far as a backdrop for design, don't do it. Don't do it. Another one is the poly. Poly Premier that's mainly for the same thing. Churches, schools, places like that, right? You can kind of get away with it in your design, but it's really for opaqueness. It's really because it's thick, it's durable, it's really used to keep out light or stages or things like that, right? And it's not like the cheapest fabric. So I don't understand why people really going to that, because it's some cheaper blends that's strictly for event draping, right? So when you're talking about like your shears and your stretch, things like that, you can get those for as cheap as $2, $3 a yard. You gotta put a little elbow grease in it, right? You can put a little bit of elbow grease and either sew it, glue it, staple it. No, don't staple it. No, that's a little tacky. Don't do that. But it's just other ways that you can really utilize the benefits of buying fabric bolts, right? Oh my God. Wait, Magdelia. So why do you think you don't want to save money and buy bolts? I love buying bolts. I got some coming on the way now. I wish they hurry up and come because I can't wait till y'all see my next project. So yeah, just really like even back then when I was showing you guys the price comparison and the price breakdown, like when you buy panels, these backdrops that we do have 25, 35, sometimes even 40 and 50 panels on one backdrop, right? So just think, and my last student was saying here trying to add that up, right? Like how much it would cost if you bought the panels versus buying the fabric and just sewing it. You're talking about thousands more than just buying the panels. I mean the fabric bolts, right? Because it's a lot of fabric. So when you guys are choosing your fabrics, just kind of, if you're looking to achieve that fullness, right, of the backdrops, you need a lot of fabric. So you either kick out the money and buy them panels, or you go get yourself some bolts, go get yourself a little sewing machine, or like if you don't sew, some of you guys scared of the sewing machine, go get some witchery stitchery or some fabric adhesive, and it works just as great, right? It works just as great. Tell them, Charmaine, best thing is to sew your own, turn on your favorite show and just go. Because you're only doing a straight stitch. I mean, I normally can take a good 2 hours, maybe 3, if I have some help with the pinning part. And I could run through 50 panels easily, sewing 50 panels, right? So I mean, it's not something that's a hard task. And of course, it probably would be easier for me because I do it often. But even like when I first started, they don't have to be the most beautiful. Nobody gonna see them. The whole purpose is just to create a seam, a 4-inch seam. That's it. At least have your thread match your fabric though. At least do that, please. Because that possibly can be seen. Or for a share, absolutely. Or hire someone to sew them. Now, I wouldn't really do that. I wouldn't, because I tried that, right? And then by the time we computed those hours or the panels, some people charge you per panel. And I'm like, just for a straight stitch? It don't take that long. I said, no, that's okay. Like, there's really almost, and you got to take, we base things off of time. So you got to take that they're really computing their time and then all. So I get it. But I'm like, nah, I'll do it. I got it. I set my tail down and I get it done, right? Especially now that we have this time on our hands, right? I get it done. So with your fabrics, like really take time, invest in some good fabric, and you don't have to do it immediately though, right? Fabric is like a never ending thing. I've only been draping for 2 years, maybe 3. I can't remember, possibly. I'm still buying fabric, and the way things change and how innovative I try and be, notice I said try. I'm always going to be investing in fabric, always, because I'm always going to get these like ideas, and I'm always going to want to try new stuff. So don't be in a rush thinking you got to get all these colors because they're on sale. Like, don't do that, because that purple that was on sale last week, guess what? It might take you 6-7 months to push that purple. Don't do that, especially now getting back into the ring. You should not be buying anything unless you have a paid deposit on contract. Then you go buy what they need. Don't just be buying stuff like, oh, I know somebody gonna need this blue. No, you don't. No, you don't. Ask me how many colors I got that I never use. I use them now because I'm teaching, so I get to use all those colors that I never had a chance to use, right? And I just be pushing them off in designs like, yeah, I want to see what this look like. So now I get a chance to do all that. But when I'm running through these consultations, I'm like, you just never gonna ask for that teal? Like, nobody is gonna ask for teal? Like, never. Purple. It was never, like nobody gonna let me use this purple. And every Sunday I was hitting up CB Linens. What they got on sale? What they got on sale? And before you know it, I just had boatloads of fabric, just all colors, everything. And it's set, a lot of it set, because people do things that's trendy, right? They see things, especially the Pinterest hit, like they see things, and what they bring you guys, oh, I want that. You're just not going to be creative at all. Like, you're just not going to think of your own thing at all. And that's how it is. Y'all know that's how people is. Yes, they are everywhere. Jackie, what was that? Practice. I meant straight stitch. You want to know what I used to practice on, Dad? I used to practice on like old washcloths. And really, not really practice, but like if I got a jam, because for a while it took me to kind of learn the sewing machine. So every time I got a jam, I would get so frustrated, and I just would put it away because I couldn't figure out like how to fix it. So, I would always run old socks or, just stuff through the sewing machine, right? That's how I learned it, right? That's really how I learned it. But once I got it, it's like, it don't have to be perfect. The whole goal is to just get a stitch through that thing so I can put it on my pipe. So number 2, guys, is fabric. Really take your time with it, but invest in good fabric. And I'm talking about stuff that make your backdrop pop. Every time I do a backdrop, right? And it's normally, I normally get that reaction because of a lot of it, I think, is because of the fabrics I choose or how I mix my colors, or I don't know what it is, honestly, because I never really asked. But I'm thinking, because I always get compliments about the fabric, like it's fabric. So you guys keep in mind, don't throw a bunch of blends up there that's all the same thing. They all sheer, they all velvet. No, you got to mix that thing to make it look like, it's yours. Make it look like it's something that haven't been replicated, right? Like, just get in wherever you are, wherever you put your fabric, just get in there, matching some stuff together. That's how I do mine. I lay my little 2 pieces together, and I'm like, I don't know, right? You just kind of gotta go, right? But now that everybody on this stretch, like stretch been around forever. It ain't like it's new on the market. It's new to us because I told you, people are trendy. Once it was introduced, everybody like, ooh, I want that. I'm like, y'all know this has been around, like, right? This it's been around. So that's like the hot thing now. But that's not going to be the hot thing forever, right? Velvet came back. Like, that came back when I did the green, and like now everybody went crazy with the velvet. Now when I did the thing on CB Linens, like a lot of people I don't even know, just when you see fabric and you see it actually created into something, it gives you inspiration, right? So now velvet flying off the shelves, but it been around. So that's what I mean by really just taking chances with some fabric, and like, ooh, the burlap. I've never seen something. You guys probably seen it, but I've never seen it. A backdrop with burlap. What I do know is that in the industry, a lot of people do barn weddings. A lot of people do rustic themes. A lot of people do stuff like that. And normally I see a lot of greenery, a lot of white sheer stuff. And I said, nah, I want to kind of push the envelope a little bit. Through the burlap in there, turned out, I was shocked because I was like, she ain't going to like this. But she did. Everybody did. Everybody liked it, right? So that's what I mean by just taking the chance and pushing the envelope. Especially now that you guys home, play around with some stuff, do some mock-ups. Like, what? Absolutely. And then if it don't turn out right, guess what? You're home. You ain't got to show nobody. You ain't miss out on no coins. It's in your house. You ain't got to share your pictures and none of that. Yes, fabrics should be. Wait a minute. Hold on now. What you mean? Glenda, what you mean? Can they be mixed? You're not talking about like sewing them together, are you? Mocha, you already know. You was in a full-fledged class. You know how we mix it all. And, you know, that's just the fun part of it because going in, like I never really, I don't think, well, lately I have because I kind of ran out of ideas a little bit. But now I got some new ones because, you know, I had to go get some inspiration. But I never really replicated the same backdrop, right? So normally going in, and I told you, some of you guys this story before, normally going in, like it would take me hours, right? Because that's how I overthink things. So I'm like, this color don't look right. This color doesn't look right. And I don't know because I never did it and I never seen it. Like I didn't see this on Pinterest, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. And just even if you have two of the same backdrop as far as the style, when you put fabric on them things, baby, it looked totally different. The backdrop that Val did the other day looked totally different from the backdrop that was in my Atlanta class. But the style was the same, but the colors was totally different. And it made the whole backdrop look different, right? So yes, you should be definitely mixing colors, playing with them, seeing what ones you like. And like I told you guys, as far as the density of the fabric, definitely put, I'm a visual person, so it's kind of hard explaining it when I'm not in class, but you want to leave your heavier weighted blends to your swags, to the outer end of your swag, if that makes sense. I think I'm visualizing, but I don't know if I articulated it right to y'all. So yeah, your heavier blends, like your velvets, your sequin, if it's the right sequin, your stretch, right? Those kind of things you want to leave to your swagging because they have the weight. If you try to use something like sheer, especially flat, not saying it won't happen, but it's clearly not going to give you that ooh ah effect. It's not going to happen. It's going to be like, oh, that's cute. Oh, yeah, that's cute, right? Thank you, Delia. All right, wait a minute. Let me see. So I forgot I got this little feature right here. Okay, Fashia, what you say? I'm trying to tell you, that's all it takes. Sometimes you guys, well, I don't do it no more, but sometimes you guys, like, you get these consults and they don't have no idea of what they want, right? I always used to tell all of my prospects, every time I was on a consult, look, I need you to go to Pinterest, right? I need you to create a board and then give me the board, share the board with me so I can see. Because it's no sense, I'm not going to sit there and sketch all this stuff out. And I need to visually see what you like. When I see it, then I can take all your ideas and recreate what you desire, right? But I got to see really what you're attracted to. Because you can just say, oh, I want a gold and white backdrop. Guess what? Tiffany do a gold and white backdrop, and then Pamela do a gold and white backdrop. They two totally different backdrops. One is $200, one is $1,000. If I don't know which one you're attracted to, I don't know which one to sway you towards, right? Although I'm always going to sway you towards $1,000 one because your girl don't do $200 backdrops no more. Right? So that's like, you really got to show your prospects. So if y'all not, and I talked about that in, we was in a call last week. I talked about that, like how to build your portfolio, even if you knew, and even if you don't have like past events to show these guys, but you should be showing them some stuff, right? So that's what get their juices go. I don't know how many times being on consults, they're like, I really don't know. Do you have any pictures? How would I look if I say, well, you know what? I don't. Can you just go on my Instagram real quick? I know that's the way that things are done, but no, you should be building up a portfolio, and you do not have to have a whole heap of events behind you to begin that. You don't. Let me see. Which day, Delia? That's how it be. You could use the same exact stuff, change that thing up, and it looked totally different, right? It looked totally different. That's like the whole thing about, that's why I just love the design aspect, because it's just so much you could do. And it's just, I don't know. Sometimes my fingers just, once they finish working, I'm like, wow, girl, you did that. Because I don't even know how it's going to turn out sometimes. I don't. Yeah, so but definitely be building a portfolio. I know some people is kind of so used to this, going on Instagram, look at, no, like this, you want an actual consultation where you hopefully great charge somebody a couple $1,000s. Like you don't have a spread to show them, or at least a portfolio on your website, right? And if you don't, anyone on this thread don't, this is definitely the time to get that done. Start grabbing photos, even if you like, well, my photos don't look that great. It's apps that I've shared that even in the beginning, when I didn't have professional photographers at events, right? I knew how to take my photos with my phone and then go home, critique them, edit them things. And they turned out looking, no, it wasn't like all that high res, like, these amazing photographers, but they surely look good. They wasn't like the dark, dim. It didn't look like you took it with the phone. And main thing that I'm saying to that point is, make your work look like you care. If it look like you don't care, you're like, oh yeah, let me just take that picture. Okay, look at this. What? Make it look like you care. You don't have to have skill sets that's worth $20,000, right? But the whole point is taking exactly what you have and putting your all into it. Trust me, people know. People know. When you do things lazy, they know. I'm trust me, they know. Fashia, what you say? That is so cool. I got one of those, right? I don't use it for that. But digital picture frames, that is so cool. One of the coolest things I saw, this was like a few years back though, when I was going to like the shows. When I was going to one of the shows, they would have those on their, like the bridal shows, they would have it at their station. I was like, isn't that dope? So when I, that's all about inspiration. Call it copy, call it what you want. I surely did incorporate that into my marketing. When I was in Vegas, had my booth, didn't I? I didn't even have it on the Lord Digital. I had that sucker. I went to Walmart. I got me a 32-inch television, whatever that's called, the panel. And I had that up, right? I wanted to make sure everybody saw it. I said that was so cool because digital frames, it is because it's rotating with different pitches and it easily can catch someone's attention. It really can. And a digital frame I actually got it from Walmart because it was on clearance. I don't know why they was on clearance because the thing is bomb. So mine, I normally keep it rotate with pictures, but that's like my vision board because it has where I want to live, like, in Fiji somewhere. It has my house with the word paid across it. It has like 10 different pictures that rotate. So when I'm zoning out, I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like doing this today. I cut my eye and I see all that rotate. Like, girl, if you quit, ain't none of that gonna come true. Ain't none of that gonna come true. So digital frames is super dope to be using for whatever you need to use it for. Blow the dust off from Delia. Yeah, Tam, that's what a lot of people do. I think that's a really cool marketing tip because it is something that actually stop a person's, in their tracks. Because if you are walking a talker like me, I am, I can't say that and try and, address or interact with every person. And then, like I said, I'm a talker. So 9 times out of 10, someone didn't pull me up and we chit-chatting and I didn't miss probably 10 other people. So I want them to really see on, pictures tell a whole nother story. So they can pick up a card and like, that's cute. But when they see it up on the frame, so you're kind of embedded if it's something that they are attracted to. So definitely step up you guys' marketing game. Foshi, I definitely say you should definitely do that. Priscilla, wait a minute. Hold on. Y'all know your girl a little blind. If you just starting out, don't have room for a backdrop in your home. Okay, so if you don't have room for backdrop in your home, normally even when I was first starting out, right? I made room. In my house. I did. I didn't have the high ceilings and I didn't have all that. I would push my couch to the side and I would set up my 6 foot. I mean, you only need 6 feet wide, right? And I would just make it the standard size, but I was focused on the design. So I would take my pictures and zoom in and just get the backdrop, right? I know you don't nobody need to see your little couch and your broom and not yours. I'm just saying, like that's was my mind frame. Nobody needed to see my little couch and the broom and the tennis shoes. And oh, I had a pet peeve, but that's the kind of stuff. So I would just make sure it was the backdrop. And you can't really tell, as long as there's no other object in the picture to compare it to, you can't really tell what size it is. It's kind of hard to tell. So that was like my little trick when I first started out. I will always do setups in my living room. I just move my couch to the side and I make sure there's nothing else in the area. I didn't want nothing but the backdrop. And then I would be close up so you could just have that in the pane. And that's what I did. And I would get so many comments, right? I would get so many comments and they thinking it's an event and like this in a house book. But that's what it was. Even outside, I would do it outside. Like I still want to, while I'm here, just for the sake of it, because it's not like I'm designing. I want to do a rustic thing outside. So yeah, I will put my equipment in my truck and ride to a nice little landscaped area and do a setup, right? Just like a style shoot. I ain't doing all that like with models and all, because I'm not trying to target that market, but I just want to do it because I just want to do it. That's one of the things I've been wanting to do. And some people, well, I know some people use garages, but if you don't have a garage, like for me, my most place that had the most space was a living room because you could easily move a couch. It kind of rooms and things. You had like beds and all that kind of stuff. Or I would go into my family room in my basement, but the lighting down there was so horrible. It looked like a basement, like a theater, right? So I would just focus in the living room because that's where the most light was. Wait a minute. Yep, Cindy, that's what I just said. Yep. A lot of people use their garage. A lot of people use their garage. I know if I would love to use mine if the ceilings weren't so low because it's nice and it's big. It's real big, but the ceilings is like maybe 10 feet. So I really want to go 12 and 14 feet tall. But garages are amazing because I always would I still got one now, like a 300-watt light bulb. And it's like super bright in there. It's really bright. So that's a good place too. Backyard, another good place. Backyard is cool. Only thing I would say, like when you're doing things like that, is just be mindful of your background. Like you don't want, I know sometimes you can't help it depending on where you are, but that's just one of my sticklers, boy. And that's another thing about caring about your work. Your pictures, like that is a representation of you before people even know you, before people even witness you. If these pictures are on your social media or on your website, like they already have an idea of your business, right? Just off of your pictures before they even spoke to you, right? They already got an idea. Wait a minute. Yeah. That's what Tavana just said. Like people renting out spaces. I mean, that's just what it is. That's just some of the things that you have to do when you're looking to really grow your business, right? You have to kind of step outside of that arena and get that footage that you need. Because that's the stuff that's going to sell your services. Unless you're just out there on foot doing guerrilla marketing, like really going ham. But normally it's your photos. That's like the first impression. And you know, everybody to some degree do some FBI work, right? So over the past week, what's the day? No, not this week. It was last week. Over the last week, I have met. I meet, but I spoke to. It was about five individuals that found me on Google. One of them young ladies is right here on this live. And they, of course, people do their research. And she's like, I had to check you out first to see, because you know how at first people pictures is nice, and then you go check their other pages and it's just like whack and bogus. So guys, if your stuff a little janky, this is the time, right? Don't sit up here. People just looking at your pictures scrolling through, and then over on Facebook, you just like, hey, like it's just, you just forgot that you had a business. Like you just forgot that people looking you up. And you do what you do. But when you're doing these kind of things, be mindful of the kind of attention that you're bringing to your business, right? That is normally what happens. So wait a minute. Cindy. Yes, they are bright too. I have one of those too. You talking about the square ones? They got like some hooks on them. Any kind of light. I'm telling you guys, like lighting will be your best friend. I have been, I don't know how many sets of lights I've been getting because lighting is like, I can't explain, like lighting. I got like boom, 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 like 4 different sets in here. Lighting is your best friend. And when you do, even when the backdrop I did the other day, I took a regular picture, right? It was like, all right, but the backdrop's still hot. But the light didn't give it it's just due, right? It just was like, oh, okay. But when I threw that light on there, totally different. It just had this thing like, I'm here. I can't explain it, but it just is. Lighting is if you guys have any photographer friends, you'll hear them say that all the time. Lighting is your best friend. And if you don't have the lighting up, it totally can mess up your shot, everything, right? So definitely get some lighting. Tavana, you is so right. You are the clients you attract. And it's so funny because that's all that it is, right? You are attracting parts of you, and people don't realize that. I don't say that too much because sometimes it go over people's head. That's what it is. So, and then when normally if I'm, and talking to any of my clients, and that's like some of the things they complain about, these cheap clients and this, I say, okay, well, that's happening, right? But what are we going to do to change it? Like, why are they coming? What is it about your brand that makes them comfortable to even have a conversation with you, right? What is it? And until we target that, it's going to continuously happen. I don't care how much you go out here and learn this and learn that. Until you change some things about your brand. It could be your marketing. It could be your messaging. It could be your pitch. It could be your inconsistency. It could be a whole lot of things. But until you recognize what that loophole is and do something about it, the cycle is not going to change. It's going to be the same thing happening and you're going to get so frustrated. And that's the part I love. You want to know why? Because that's when they come to me. I love that part. It's like, look, I haven't tried this. I haven't tried that. It's just not working. I say, okay. Let's just calm down. Oh my God. Yeah, the light bulb. That's what it's called. The flood light bulb. Yes. They are perfect. So guys, get yourself at least one. You'll see a totally different if you're trying to do like mock-ups or anything like that. Or even like the ring light. The ring light does amazing, even for mock-ups. Now, you got to be careful which ones you get because not all of them are good. Sometimes some of the LED things go out, but like a ring light, you don't have to be expensive. It just has to give off that high output. That's really what it is, right? Let me see what Tavana say. The whole staying situation has allowed me to focus so much on myself. And yes, you just spoke a word, Tavana. I'm telling you, when you first, like so many people, I used to do it all the time. And I'm not going to lie, some days I still do. But when I feel that energy brewing up inside me, I'm like, look, I got to check myself first before I get this. You want to know what? Why are they? And then soon I'm like, well, what did I do? What did I do? Right? But when you are able, sometimes, and this thing has forced us really to be with ourselves or, whoever in your house. It has really forced us. Some people taking advantage of this time. Some people are not. I definitely know I am. It was some things like you just don't have answers to. And it's okay if you don't have answers. But as long as you're conscious and realizing what you're putting out in the world, and if you know that thing is negative, don't be negative. Don't be worried about or frustrated about the negativity that's coming back to you, right? So I'm very conscious and the energy I put in the world. I am. And like I said, it ain't like that every second. I ain't gonna lie. But for the greater part of me, I'm very conscious and like, what am I doing with this situation? How am I reacting to this person? Because it's so easy to get negative. It's so easy to frown. It's so easy to have bad thoughts. It takes much more energy to shift that thing around and start thinking positive, right? But I'm gonna let that go because we're talking about draping. Y'all know how we do on our calls. We're talking about draping. Yes, Tavana, that's what the key is. Check yourself, boo. You cannot control other people. The only thing you can control, or even situations, the only thing you can control is how you respond to them. That's it. Even with all this crap that's going on today, can't none of us control that. But what we can do, control how it affects, how we respond to it. Some people are just like, man, forget this. I'm going outside. Oh, you go right on ahead. You go right on ahead. Right now, can't do it. I'm okay with sitting in the house. I'm all right for another month or whatever it needs to be. But yes, that is it. Tavani, you got it. All right, so let's go with number 3. We kind of talked about it a little bit. So number 3 is just not being creative while your backdrops are not standing out, or not selling, or not making it high in dollar, because you're not being creative. I just said it. A lot of us are going on Pinterest and trying to replicate those same designs when, first of all, we don't even have the skill set and know what it took to create that design. I cannot tell you how many people I've taught, and some of them are self-taught. Some of them has went through our way. Some of them just probably don't know, right? But it's amazing. It's a lot of the simple things. It creates the biggest aha moments for them, right? And they the moments I love. Because I'm like, really? Like that thing, like you so excited about that tip? But it's because that's the same thing I just said. They're at their thing. Like, I didn't try this thing. I didn't did this. I didn't went here. I didn't took this person's class. And I had to come to you. And when you are able to deliver and go over and beyond their expectations, it makes you feel really, really good. So being creative, once you are given the tools, like the only thing I do, and that's my only goal, is to give the skills, right? Just teach you the tools and how the mechanics and how to drape. At that point, it's your thing, right? You know everything I do. Now you got to throw your creative spin in it and make it yours. Even if you get inspiration from somewhere, I'm not saying don't get inspired. I'm saying don't copy. I'm saying be creative and then make it yours. I even get inspired. I'll go look at, I still today, what kind of designer would I be if I told you I did? Oh, I just thought of everything. Lies. I still get inspired. I'm like, that looks pretty amazing. Let me see what I could do differently, though, right? That's what it's about, putting your own spin on things and making it yours. I just want to teach you the tools and the techniques and show you how to get there. From that point, you take that thing and do you. Wait a minute. Hey, Priscilla, I'm glad you found it too. I be trying to tell people I'm like one of the best kept secrets. Y'all be trying to keep me to yourselves. Don't nobody want to share my group. Don't nobody want to add people to the group. I be like, guys, come on now. We got things to do. We got things to do. But that's like, I just love the platform. I love the group. I love people that's in the group. Like, I just love, I don't know. It's like a camaraderie of some sort. I can't explain it. And it's so funny because I will see, now I ain't gonna call them names, but I will see people in the group and they are like poised and let's sip some tea. And then they in another group and it's Luke. Like, Duty Brown. I was like, hold on now. Is that Fashia, don't be selfish, not with me. Not with me. Like, share the group. Share, tell us, like, hey, I know this girl named Precious Stevens on the Posh Academy. She's a heavyweight champion of the world. Y'all know I'll be cutting up. No, but really, like, just be creative, right? I'm so open with sharing. Now, I ain't gonna tell you all my secrets if it's in a course. Like, I'm gonna direct you to the course. But a lot of things we share in there, even on YouTube. I'm now, especially now, so many people say, I can't believe you did a video on that. Y'all haven't seen nothing yet. I'm telling you guys, anybody that know me, anyone that's been coached, anyone's been mentored by me, everybody, I always tell you, give your best stuff away. Well, not your best, but give away some valuable stuff. You have to. Don't worry about the sales. Don't think about, well, I got to keep this to myself. No, you don't. You are blessed with gifts beyond belief. They are not yours to keep. Whatever I know, the little bit I do know, it is not mine to keep, because if I hold on to it, guess what? That's all I'm going to know. I ain't going to be blessed to know more. So I'm fine with giving it away. Tell people, yell to the top of your lungs, I want to give some more away, because I will not be blessed with more. People that receive blessings, right? and they keep them to themselves don't receive more blessings, because you don't supposed to receive blessings and keep it to yourself. You are blessed to keep on blessing and paying it forward. So that's why a lot of people don't get blessed, because y'all keep, not y'all, not my peeps, but they keep them to themselves, and that's not what it's supposed to be. If you get some, give a little bit away. You ain't gonna die. Give a little bit away. What'd you say, Blondie? I agree. Right, give some away. I'm telling you. Everything else, don't worry about it. It'll happen in the fold. It will happen in the fold. Who that? Mocha. Yeah, the market is huge, guys. The market is huge. You got it head on. It is, but guess what? It's a slice for me. It's a slice specifically with my name on it, and can't nobody take that. And I know that. That's why so much of it don't bother me, or like certain tables I can't sit at don't bother me, because we over here creating a table ourselves. It's going to take a little while longer to build it, right? But it's already in the making. So we all, because we all are creatives, all 54 of you, have a specific space in this industry for us that no one else can overlap or take away from us. But if you're not showing up, then whose fault is it? So if your potential clients go over there to sue because you ain't show up, it ain't their fault. It ain't even Sue's fault. Sue ain't undercutting you. Sue ain't taking your clients. You ain't show up. All right, I'm done. Y'all know I could keep on going with this one, boy. Hey, Tawana. Yes, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, they really are. And it's so funny because I kind of learned this the hard way. You know, I will be sometimes inspired by the wrong people, right? And I just learned early on, and that's how I adapt. I wasn't taught this. I adapted this. I learned this late. Well, I was taught, but I wasn't taught, like, you know, I learned this through experience. So when you are in position to help, it's not necessarily where you holding people hostage, like they can't grow or they can't do anything unless they keep coming to you. No, you're supposed to supply them with the skills, supply them with what they need, so then they can go and they can eat, right? It's not like, oh, every time I need a fish, let me go over here. No. That's not what you're supposed to do. And I got it right. Yeah, that's not what you're supposed to do, right? You are definitely, somebody put it in the comments with the fish. You give a fish, go make a fish, something like that. But that is the concept. That's it. I'm telling you, like, life is about giving. And I don't know. I just used to kind of always be in this worry box that, you know, you want to make sure you secure. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do this. I told you I was cheap for a long time in my business. Certain things I wouldn't buy. I'm like, no, I ain't got the money for that. But the minute I started releasing some of them dollars, right, and implementing and buying things I need to grow, I was able to grow. Just plain and simple. I was able to grow, right? When I got out my own way, I was in my own way. Like shit, I was in my own way. Who that? Hey, Heather. Are you new to the platform? Thank you, Heather. I love my ladies. Wait a minute. There we go. I just saw it. I knew somebody was going to come up here. Precious Jacobs. There we go. Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a life. That's exactly what I was talking about. That is exactly what I was talking about. Come through for a share. Oh, y'all know. Now I feel a little slow because y'all know I can't eat and chew at the same time. I couldn't get it together. But that is it. Yes, that is it. Wait a minute. I saw something about some fabric. Tavana, we spoke about this the other day. My thing is, I don't like suggesting people like fabric to buy, right? Because that's just one of them things. One thing I would suggest, I always suggest white, crushed sheer white. And I always suggest gold sequin, and maybe a little bit of black. But 9 times out of 10, those 2 colors are always going to push. And what I do, and what I suggest other people to do, build as your requests come in. Don't buy anything, even if you just got to get the white and gold, because you know you're going to need that. Do mock-ups with that, right? If you got some green sheets in your house or whatever, but you know the technique and you know how to make that thing work when no one know they sheets, use that until you get Samantha call you and say, hey, I want purple. And Samantha give you a deposit, and then you go and buy purple. If that's not happening, I'm just saying me, would not suggest you go out and buy fabric, especially right now, especially as a beginner. I would definitely say buy as you need, or you'll be in the same boat I was with, like hundreds of panels, colors that's not being used, and it's just there, right? So yeah. Priscilla, how many pipe and drape backdrops should I have for draping? Honestly, it really depends on your goal. I would suggest one, because it really depends. If you know how to drape, then it would be easy for you to get a gig with where you're draping the whole room, right? Technically, that is like it's a skill that you got to kind of know how to do it, and that's something you kind of got to target to some degree. It's not too many people running around just finding people that drape a whole, full room. They normally go to companies first. And then when they hit a price, they try to come to us, right? Like they try to come to us because it's not something that's cheap. But then you do have those. It's like, oh, I could do that. It's simple. I could do that. And then they charge a couple dollars. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of work for one. And it's just, I wouldn't do it unless the job came my way. Like that's how I really got into buying all of the equipment I have. And that is how initially I got into teaching and making sure all my students had a kit, is because I got that gig, but my first one to do full room drape. Before I had that, I had maybe 3. And that was only because I went with one with a company. I didn't like it. So then I bought another one and so that's how that happened. But for just doing a backdrop, you should only need one. Unless you're doing like a backdrop, then you may be doing a treat table. So I would say whatever your average job is, like if your average gig, you normally doing a backdrop and a treat table and maybe like a like where they take pictures, then you would need 3. But if you're only doing backdrops for the most part, then have one. And if they want something extra, then you charge them for it. So that way it's not coming out of your pocket. I'm a firm believer. Somebody wants something I don't have, oh, they gonna pay for it some kind of way. They gonna pay for it some kind of way. So yeah, so I would suggest you start off with one. Then as you need, build. Same way with fabric. I just know what happens a lot in this industry. That's why you see people selling their stuff. A lot of people just jumped out there, bought stuff, and now they're stuck with all the stuff that they don't want because it's trendy. Things change, right? Like look at how much stuff I sold from throne chairs and centerpieces and linen. Like it was ridiculous. Okay, cool. Yeah, Walmart, like that Walmart fabric is kind of jumping. It's pretty good for $2 a yard. And for what we do, it works. So I definitely, y'all know, I tell you guys, go to Walmart because it works. It's only $197. Michelle, you right. Know your value and add your tax. Right. So Charmaine, right. And like you have a venue. So eventually, I'm quite sure it'll be nothing as for you to add, more equipment as people request it. But I definitely would not suggest people go and like just go get those 20 kit. 20, it had like 20 kits in it for $4,000. And like, no, unless you're really going to be strategic and you go and seek out them jobs and you market it and then you bring in clients. If that's the goal, then do it. But no, I would say just wait till, that come your way and then charge it to the client. Okay, so number 3 was not being creative. Number 4, y'all know I had to put it in. It's just not enhancing your skills. It's not enhancing your skills. It's right. Like I've like I said earlier, I've taught people of many different levels, right? I've taught beginners, I've taught advanced, I've taught certified, right? And it's just not enhancing your skills. Sometimes a lot of us, because I did it too, will look at work and like, oh, I could do that, right? And sometimes it comes out okay. But to us, like people that know that been taught and know the techniques, we can just look at it and say, no, she don't know what she doing. So it's funny because we talk about this in class. Right? So I tell them, I say, you're going to now be looking at backdrops totally different because you're going to be looking for, because now your eye is trained to look for certain things where you know if a person is a professional or not. To the regular eyes, like, oh, that's cute. But to a trained eye, it's like, oh no, that's swag off. Nope, there's not puddle. No, it's just it's simple, but it's just stuff we be looking for because it's just, I don't know, it's like second nature. I don't know. So yeah, it's just really not enhancing your skills. It's really just like, it's like gambling, right? Especially like we said, like a lot of us do MacGyver stuff. Like, oh, that's cute. I could recreate that, and we kind of can. But we know, you kind of feel that doubt inside. Like, well, it could be a little better, but I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is because you weren't taught the skills. You don't know the techniques to perfect it, right? You can see some people sit there and play with their backdrops for hours and can't get it right. And it's not that you can't get it right; is you don't know how to get it right. Right? That's all it is. You don't know how. Oh yeah, wait a minute, I like that idea, Jackie. I forgot about that. So yeah, people that's doing mock-ups, good idea. Definitely rent your panels. You could just rent some panels for a mock-up, right? You got to realize what the kind of value this mock-up is going to bring to your business. And when you're doing mock-ups, even though it's just a mock-up, nobody's supposed to know. Nobody's supposed to know. Like I said, it shouldn't be some, Lord Tim Tim shoes in the corner, then a broom sticking out, and no one should know. It still should look like a full-fledged, not full-fledged, but it still should look like it could pass for an event, right? A lot of my mock-ups, I would go full thread and do like a little setup table, but we could know that it was a mock-up because the table ain't had no treats. It just had like empty stands on it, right? No treats. And like, it just, to me, I could just know a mock-up a mile away because it just had nothing on it. But it looked like, I don't know, it got a lot of attention. So I was like, yeah, when you're doing your mock-ups, you can rent from the linen companies just for your mock-up and then take it back. And get, like, if they have it, get some of the best stuff, but only get stuff you're willing to buy. Don't sit up here and get this Chanel or, this, the velvet, and then it's high quality sequin, then that's your mock-up, and then if somebody want that, and then now you're going to get them big sequins from Walmart. No, like, be able and willing to produce the same work if you're going to get the rental panels. So Priscilla, you will find them from your local area. So wherever you are, I know one of the big rental companies somewhere is like Draping. They're not located everywhere though. I know when I was in Maryland, I would get them if I ever had a gig like close to DC. There was Draping. It's a couple, like they're in your area. So Google it. You would Google Draping rental companies, and then there you have it. Another thing though is because when I first came to Atlanta, I don't know why, because you've never seen on my sites that I was no rental company. But I was renting panels out the woo-ha. I'm telling you, like every weekend, it felt like I was running a trap house. They was coming, getting all this sequin, right? Some people even got poles, like pipe sets. So like you can even go to another, like if you're you have a colleague and they got a lot of equipment, just, support their business for one. You're supporting that, but don't ask them, can you just hold it? Can I hold this for free for my mock-up? Don't do that. Support that business, right? And then you can go and create it's a win-win. That's a win-win. Hey, Jessica. Right. So I don't know what Daisian is, but I'm quite sure that must be a rental company. So number 4, guys, was not enhancing your skills. When you're not enhancing your skills, you're not learning the latest techniques. You're not learning the latest styles or, the latest trends. And even like, I don't know why some people, a lot of us do it. When the Pantone of the color of the year hit, go with it because that's a trendy thing, right? So normally when it hit, you see a lot of events around that color. You should be creating whatever it is you do, whether it's events, whether it's backdrops, whether it's centerpieces, incorporate that color. Soon it hit because that is Googleable. People are on Pinterest looking for stuff under that color. So definitely like stuff like that, you just got to stay up on trends. You just really have to enhance your skill set, and it don't have to be going to a full-fledged class. It's not like I'm sitting here trying to plug my draping master class, although I just did, but you still could. I got free trainings in my hub. It's free. I got 3 lessons I give away for free. It's stuff on YouTube that's free, right? It's all kinds of stuff. If you're not at the place right now where you're ready to invest, just you got to always be willing to learn. Always be a student. I don't care if I finally get to that moment where I'm able to sit on Oprah's couch and I'm able to hug a Yanla, right? I'm still going to have an educator to some degree. I'm always going to invest in learning because that is really what has gotten me to grow faster. The best thing you can do as a business owner is buy the knowledge you don't know. If you got time on your hands and you want to sit around and go to Google University, by all means do, but don't complain about growing at turtle speed, right? If you know that the quickest way to stopping you from being successful is purchasing the knowledge you don't know, watch how fast you grow, how much faster you grow. Last one I have, guys, number 5. I talked about it a little bit earlier. The reason why your stuff is not showing up, why it's not selling, your backdrops and stuff, is because you ain't showing up, right? You are not showing up. And I'm specifically saying this message to anybody. I love when my girls say, what did she say? Under the sound of my voice. I'm like, ooh, that just sounded a little suave. Any of the people I taught, sometimes I'm like, what are they doing with it? They do nothing with it. And it be sometimes I know other people that's in that area that may do draping, and now they're trying to teach and trying to do this. And I'm like, what they doing? Like, and it's just, it boggles my mind. Like, you had everything to really kind of make your name in this industry, right? All you got to do is show up. All you have to do is show up. For some people, I know it's not that easy, but whatever that fear is, now is the time to deal with it. I just sat up here and had a coaching session. Yeah, Monday, maybe Monday. Amazing call. And it was a lot of it. We talked about fear, and fear is a big thing that holds us back. Ask me how I know. Yeah, that's how I know. It's fear, right? But the minute you are able to vision or visualize what your life could possibly be like if you just show up, because somebody want exactly what you have right now. It's good enough for somebody right now. And then all you have to do is continuously get better or continuously improve. And guess what? As you improve, what else is improving? Those you attract. You're going to reach higher quality clients. But you can't sit there and not show up because, like, no, I don't. No, you got to get to that level. And as the quicker you're going to get there is all based upon the actions you take. But you got to start. You can't just jump out there and now you superwoman. No, you got to start. That's the whole key is start. Like Deborah said it again, it can cripple you. It really can. I ain't had to. I was just that frustrated. I had to shut my business down for a whole year. Now, guys, I only been in business for 3 years. I only been for this business and for 3 years. One of those years I was shut down because I was frustrated. I was like, no, things just isn't working. And I'm tired of doing these $500 backdrops and these $800 parties and these $2,000 weddings. Like, what is going on here? So that's what I did. Because I wasn't at a place where I felt creative. I wasn't inspired. I wasn't motivated. I was on the brink of giving up just because I was just that frustrated. I'm a Gemini. I already had ideas in my head. Oh, I'm going to go over here because this ain't working. And it wasn't working because I did not give it my all. I did not give it my all. I was not patient. I was not doing the work. I was on the back end. Like, right? I just wanted to fix everything, make it all pretty, and then show up like that. No, boo, that ain't, I had to really go through that thing, right? And it was so funny because a lot of you that's on this live travel with me. Y'all saw, right? The entire process. But even though the times I was scared, and I was like, I'm like, push the live button. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, all right, I can do it. Like, no, I'm not going to push live. And I'm like, hold on. No, let me go fix my hair. Oh my God, I did this for so long. Now, y'all see me. I know y'all can't keep up with me because one day I'm straight. Next day I look toe down. But that's my life. I can't sit here, and I shared this the other day. I can't sit here and portray that like everything is just blossoms. Like, no, I don't know a real business owner, small business owner that's working from home that's just like on 10 all the time. I don't know any. And quite frankly, I don't think I want to know any, because they got a lot of stuff to hide. You just want to show up at 10 all the time, like every day. You never don't have that makeup on. Or you probably did not have the makeup on. I just ain't know who you was. So no. I'm trying to tell you. Like, no, it was so funny because today, now my office, and yesterday I went live, my office looked a hot mess. We in there changing that whole thing around. Before, I probably would have said, you wanna know what? No, my office not straight. I'm just gonna save it. No, people gotta hear what I gotta say. So I got this information that somebody needs right now. So that's what it's about. You have to show up. You can't show up with the intention, or with this thought that I'm not good enough. No matter how you look, no matter how you feel, you have to exude that confidence that you is the solution, because they're going to sniff you out. Y'all laughing. Don't be laughing. I'm serious. Wait a minute. Y'all laughing. Don't laugh. Oh my God. Oh, Priscilla, you got 3 of them. And she knew, right? And that's like, oh my goodness. I just love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Don't laugh at me, guys, because y'all know I'm telling the truth. What I taught y'all in class. Yes, like I'm telling you guys, we got this. We got this. Sometimes if you guys are not, and I tell y'all this all the time, if y'all not at a place, she said, she's not. I'm not playing with you today, Fashia. If y'all not at a place right now, because trust me, I know I was there, where you can fully just internet get it together. Connect yourself with people like us that's going to help really push you. Who push you? You can't be around me. You can't be in my coaching program. You can't be a mentee of mine with that kind of language, because for one, it's not allowed, right? We're not even going to discuss that, right? We're going to channel that, and you're going to get pushed, because sometimes that's what people need, right? Like it's so funny because you could just be sitting there on the ledge, and if someone allow you to long enough, you're going to talk yourself out of it. I tell you guys, one of the things that saved my life, well, I don't know if it saved my life, but it saved the ability, it stopped me from talking myself out of stuff that I couldn't cross the street without second guessing. So that's just how I was. I'm over analytical. Every time something happened, I would be like, but why this or why that? Or no, I don't think I should. Then yeah, I should. No, I'm not. I'm just not. It was like that all the time. I'm telling you, that yin and that yang, like, woo, 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 woo. They just be going at it, right? But when I read the book by Mel Robbins, the book 5 Second Rule, changed my life. And I always say this because until I didn't become a book reader until later in life, when I was at that stage of working on personal development, right? She said last night, a DJ saved my life. Yeah. So when I read that book, it just, how things just like click. It just clicks. And I was struggling. My biggest struggle at that time. And it's so funny because some of you guys, it's probably so small, but for me, it was a mountain. To y'all, it might be like that little thing. Guys, I could not get up. I could not get up past 11 o'clock. I mean, be earlier than 11 a.m. I could not get up, right? And I didn't drink water like I should. Like it would be a battle. And I'd just be sitting there looking at the glass of water like, all right, give me 5 minutes. And then 5 minutes, I'm like, all right, let me just stick my tongue in it. Oh my God, I'm telling you, it was the worst. And then just that book just made it click. Like, but not just with like those, they were my biggest 2 battles, I'm being honest. But not just with those 2, I learned to adapt that into my life, because I can identify when I am overthinking something, right? So now, even when it comes to a text message, I'd be so over analytical. Like, how they going to take it? Do I sound like I'm being smart? And I'm really not. I'm just conscious of, especially I used to be always conscious of what people thought or what they would say. Like now, I'm like, all right, send, right? I'm just not even going to think about it, because if I do, it ain't going to get sent. It is not going to get sent. Jalen, I got you. I know you do. And it's so funny because you're not the only one. Emanuela, the name of the book is called 5 Second Rule. It's by, can somebody put that in the comments, please? It's by Mel Robbins. And I didn't even read the book. I listened to it on audio and Audible. So I had the audio book, and it was amazing. Like, it was freaking amazing. Just, and sometimes audiobooks for me, like, if you don't have a good voice, it kills it. Like, I got real sensitive ears. I do. So if you have, and it's so funny because I have a real irritating voice. But if your voice is irritating, oh Lord, I can't listen to that. But it was amazing. So it was easy to listen to. And she, like, a little, I'm silly. She had a little comedy in it. And it was just easy. It just was, I can't explain it. It just simplified my life in just one day. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it took the next day I was at it, like, all right, 5 second rule, boom, boom. No, it took time, but at least I was conscious. I was more conscious of what I was doing. If I'm sitting there mulling over a text, I hear her, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, hit send, right? And now I had to make that and repeatedly do that for it to become a good habit. And I was getting rid of old habits and replacing it with good habits. Drinking water. Oh my God, I used to sit there and mull over it. And my daughter would bring me a cup of water, like, and just leave it on my nightstand, and it would still be there the next day. It would still be there. So now it's like, it's just different because now I'm in a different mind frame. So now it's not like, oh, let me drink this water because it tastes good. It's like, oh, let me drink this water because it's good for my body, right? So it's like just thinking, even eating. Like, I don't enjoy food. I eat to live. I don't eat for yummy, yummy. Oh, that tastes so good. I eat to live. I'm telling you, y'all laughing, don't laugh. Emanuela, I'm telling you, if you have credits on Audible right now, go download that book. And if I'm telling you, if you get past, I think she go through, like the first beginning of the pages, but it's not a slow read, none of that. And if you don't like it, trade it in. You can always get your credit back. You can always, but I guarantee you won't. I guarantee you won't. And it's hard to keep my interest. I'm a Gemini, full throttle. It's hard. My attention span is like 2 seconds. But I listened to that whole book. I swear to God. So grab it. Yeah, I don't eat for yummy, yummy. I'm not a foodie. I am not. I eat just because I know I need to. So I'm real conscious of what I put in my body. I know I need avocado. I know I need mushrooms. And I hate mushrooms, but I get them down because I need them. So it's mentally, I'm in a much better space than I've ever been. I'm telling you guys, go download that book, ladies. I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, yes, this is it. And then when you finish, if you in my group, leave me a comment in the group. Leave me a comment in the group. So guys, that's all I have. Yeah, download it, listen to it. It's mine is real. I'm telling you, sometimes I'll be in a conversation and I'll be like, what I just say? Y'all know I do it on here sometimes. I'm like, I forgot what I was just talking about. My mind be on 1,000. It really do. So I hate mushrooms. And you want to know what, Charmaine? I'm not listening to any podcasts. And I think I have some, like in my iTunes, like I used to listen to, but I'm not listening to them now because I'm still focused on, I'm trying to finish the books. I'm still trying to finish Launch by Jeff Walker. I'm still trying to finish, what's the other chick name? Wash Your Face, Girl, Wash Your Face. That's another, the voice, it's hard for me to get through that book. I've been working on that book about 2 months now. But good content, but the voice is like, shut up. Psych, I'm joking. Yeah, so listen, I'm telling you guys, listen to the book. Chloe, stop it. It will definitely, it will inspire you to think differently. It will inspire you to react more quicker, right? Because if you don't, you're giving your brain time to talk you out of it. Our brains are designed to protect us so it thinks, right? So it's trying to keep you safe. It don't want you to, anything you're fearful of, it's going to tell you no. Come to the light, Caroline. It's going to tell you that, right? That is what it's going to tell you. So no, you have to know. If you listen to your intuition, if you have that feeling like this is what and this feel right, go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it, right? So that's all I have. I love you guys, love you guys, love you guys. I'm so glad you guys joined me. And a lot of you, I think when I first started, it was like 54. Now it's at 57. It means a lot of you guys stayed. So I love it, love it, love it. The reasons, okay, so she want me over go to reasons. So the reasons is the 5 reasons that I covered tonight. Number 1 was the wrong equipment or not investing in the right equipment, right? Number 2 was the fabric, your fabric choices, not having the right fabric or not, being too scared to mix fabric to give it that real premium look, right? Being scared to spend money on fabric, right? Third one was not being creative, just seeing things and want to recreate that same exact thing, right? The same exact thing. So you got to put your creativity into it. 4th one was not enhancing your skills. And the 5th one was not showing up. If you guys continuously, whoever's doing it, because everybody not, continuously do those things, you are not going to win, right? So I want you guys to stop playing small, grab the bull by the horns, jump on. If you don't have the fire in you right now, jump on somebody else's bandwagon and let them be lit for you. Y'all, I got enough energy right now for y'all. Know my goal is 100. When I service 100 women, I will be like, oh yeah. So that's all I have, guys. I'm so glad you guys stayed with me. I can't believe I was on here only an hour and a half. Y'all know I normally run my mouth, but I will be. Number 1, I thank you, first year. Fabric choices. 3 is not being creative. 4 is not enhancing your skills. And 5 is not showing up. I appreciate that. Oh, I got a little help on the joint. So I'll be back, guys. I'll be back next Wednesday, same time, Posh Late Night Biz. I actually wrote down all of my topics and it's on my desk. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post it in the group to let you. She is just rude to let you guys know what's up and coming, but it's some good ones, guys. So you'll see the topics, and we're gonna be here same time, same place, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. for Posh Late Night Biz. Bye, guys.